I've been playing the Super Mario Bros. Game on a multitude of different consoles, starting with the NES in the early 90s, and I can quite safely say that now at the glorious old age of 35, I've finally beaten the game using save states 100%. I would not have had the patience to do this through properly, and I have no idea how people managed to do that back then, especially kids. This game gets really difficult towards the end, especially with some really bizarre design choices with the final 2 or 3 castles where you have to take a specific route, otherwise you just wind up in a circle, but kind of like a freaky circle from Thor Ragnarok that just never ends. You're just in a loop. But apart from that, I have to say I really did enjoy it. Now, the Super Mario Bros. Game is obviously incredibly popular and is it's one of the most popular video games of all time, released in 1985 and is a successor to the original Mario Bros. Game, which came out in 1983 on arcade systems. Now, I also had that Mario on NES as well. I'm not going to bother trying to complete that one because you can't, because you just vie for high score, basically. I don't think you can complete it as such. However, I'm going to be doing a video in future on the games I had as a kid with NES and Sega Mega Drive and PlayStation, etc. So I will include it in that. However, with this Super Mario Bros., I completed it using my RG351V portable retro gaming system, which is really awesome, and they go for around about £100 on Amazon, so I highly recommend picking it up. You can obviously put on there whatever emulations you want, and that's what I used. I probably already edited the picture on here, but I completed it whilst at work on my break. So that's the photograph of my of the screen of me finishing it, which is awesome, and it was incredibly euphoric to be able to do so. I still remember playing it as a kid, and it was one of the very first awesome games that I played, because before having the NES, my parents had got us some form of Atari. I don't know which one it was. It was a long time ago, and all I remember is that we had some castle style game where you could run around, collect keys and kill things and then move on up, not with very good graphics obviously, and then we had Mrs. Pac-Man, I think, and maybe a couple of shooters and Centipede. I definitely remember that, but that was it really. And then when my dad brought home the NES and Super Mario Brothers, it was awesome, because it was just the first time for me where it looked the gaming looks super colourful and super responsive, and of course with the gamepad and the directional buttons and whatnot that Nintendo invented, with the D-pad, and then that was it then. Me and my brother were absolutely hooked on gaming. Me more so than him. I play a lot more video games than he does these days. But with Super Mario Brothers, just actually playing through it, and I played through it correctly. I didn't do the level skipping hack that you can do, where you can in the second level and a bit further on as well, when you go into the sewers, I suppose they're called, you can get on top of the bricks and run all the way to the right and then select further whichever world you want to get to. Now, there are 8 worlds with 4 levels apiece, and towards the end of the game, like I said, it gets more difficult with a lot more obstacles and a lot more things. A lot of it is muscle memory. There's no randomized events or of any kind, but with Super Mario Brothers, it was a lot of fun. I have to say that it was a lot of fun to play, and hopefully I'll get around to completing the second and third game. But I just wanted to make a little video to just say yes, I did. The footage I've captured is not from the gameplay I had. I just captured some Super Mario Bros. Footage on a cheeky emulation. Don't tell Nintendo. That's why it's kind of blue on the sides of the screens. I don't know how to get rid of that, so sorry. You're gonna have to just look at some turquoise for for 5 minutes. But let me know in the comments down below if Super Mario Brothers is something that you have completed, or is there some awesome games from your childhood that you want to go back and complete. And that's what I'm doing. I'm on a mission to go back and complete all the games I owned as a kid that I never got around to completing. For earlier on this year, I've managed to do complete all the original Sonic games, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was one of the games that I had for my Sega Mega Drive 2 and is my favourite Sonic game. So I was very happy to finally beat that. Again, using save states and like unlimited lives or whatever it is with the Sonic Plus collection. So I didn't complete these the Super Pro and one shot or no speed runs or anything. I just played it, wanted to beat it for me. So I found the easiest way to do that, and I exploited the hell out of it. But thank you very much for watching.